Super Saiyan God Trunks, wielding Soul Calibur. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Xena. Time Power Unleash Mechikabura, and the margin forms of Shroom and Salsa. Is this how the Dragon Ball Super card game Unison Warriors series ends? Stick around and find out. Alright guys, Scott Sedman back again here, your Guildmaster for London Players Guild, and in today's video I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen with the Unison Warriors series and how it will end. Now, I don't mean the end of the Dragon Ball Super card game, because I think that's going to go from strength to strength to strength, but the Unison Warriors series as a block, as a part of the history of this game. We've been going for a year now, which Bandai have announced a poll for like which of our favourite cards and promos they've released, so please go over to their Facebook and check that out. Vote in it, get your Dormant Potential Unleashed reprints. So what do I mean? It's ending, but it's not ending. So we've had blocks in the past. We had Overrealm, Wish, Infinite Universe, which was the multicolour stuff, and yeah, that kind of thing comes to an end. And essentially they said, we're not doing blocks anymore, we're doing series. And I think the series was essentially the story of Dark Empire, which is the story of Mechikabura regaining power, absorbing the entirety of time and space, and just becoming essentially an immortal god that the heroes, the Time Patrol, need to stop. Now, there are differences between the manga and the games and the promotional videos they put out for Super Dragon Ball Heroes Universe Mission, which is where this story comes from. So I'm going to try and posit the most likely endings and what we need to see in order to know that we're actually getting towards the end game of the UW series and what I think will end up with. Spoilers, it's a Trunks with Victory Strike. Just saying. So, who are the important characters in the endgame? Let's look at the manga. We have Demigra, Rebellu, Supreme Kai of Time, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Xena, and, of course, Super Saiyan God Trunks. Essentially, they're the group of characters that end up fighting alongside the Time Patrol and keeping Mechikabura at bay long enough for Supreme Kai of Time to charge up the Key Sword, which is essentially Soul Calibur. After it gets enough charge, it becomes like this beautiful blue blade that looks exactly, well, not exactly, but close enough to Soul Calibur to call it Soul Calibur. And Trunks strikes this final blow, except it doesn't kill him because Mechikabura is immortal at this point. He has absorbed the entirety of time and is a god. But obviously Trunks is a god, which is why it makes sense. And so they use the power of space, time, and God to seal away Mechikabura in the Eternal Labyrinth, which is why I think we'll probably get a Victory Strike Super Saiyan God Trunks. As we've seen with the past, Awakened Power was Victory Strike, and that was the ending blow essentially to that chain. Apex of Power with Vegeta Blue Evolution, that had a Victory Strike. That was really cool, and I think now we'll see Super Saiyan God Trunks with Victory Strike because obviously he's victorious over that and he is at the peak of his power at that point. Now that's really cool, and obviously out of those characters I listed, we've now got the Rebellu Secret Rare, so that is another one that falls into place. Demigra, we still not got a new leader for him, where he is on the side of the Time Patrol, which I kind of hope we see. I really want to look forward to that, but I think it's probably something they won't do. That's a weird one for me. I don't think it'll signal the end of the series, but it'll be cool to see more Demigra on the side of the Time Patrol cards. God Trunks as a leader, I think, will be the huge giveaway that this is the end of the Unison Warriors series. Now, the other character I mentioned is Supreme Kai of Time. Now, we have had Supreme Kai of Time. In Supreme Rivalry, we do get Supreme Kai of Time, which is her battle with Mechikabura before she sacrifices herself, seals herself and Mechikabura in the Time Labyrinth, which is where he corrupts her and makes her evil Supreme Kai of Time, but we'll talk about that another time. And that's what story point is taking place in Supreme Rivalry, which is our set 13 of the game, but is our fourth set of Unison Warriors. Now, in terms of the anime promotional opening style, we're looking at about episode 8 type thing. Intro 8. I don't really know what to call it. I mean, if I refer to it as episode or intro, it's the same thing. They're about a minute and a half little videos that show off what's happening in the storyline of the game, essentially, with really cool visuals and some fan servicey stuff. But, you know, for the most part, it's a weird canonicity, I guess is the way to say. So, where does this fit in? Now, we know we've got up to UW6. We know that. UW5 is about Spirit Boost, and I think it's most likely that we're going to see probably Evil Kai at this point, and maybe we've already got a Super Saiyan, probably a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta possibly, I think, or alternatively we're going to see Finn. Now, I haven't mentioned Finn because he's not really a manga counterpart. Finn is a creation of Toa, which is a margin form. It starts off like this weird little Boo lookalike, becomes a Dark Gogeta, and then becomes a warrior type looking dude. That's when it's forced to see Trunks go into God to fight off him because it attacks the time nest. That's a whole different thing. But Finn is a powerful villain for the most part, and then that would signal to me that we'll get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Xeno, which also uses Kaioken, which is really cool, looks amazing, and hopefully we'll get to see that. The other SS4 character that I did mention, but is more prominent in the anime side of things as well as the manga side of things, is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Xeno. Now, I'm very aware that we have Vegeta Xeno, the secret rare, all the way back with Vermilion Bloodline. It feels like forever ago. But he does get a power-up. They do become Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Xeno, and it is amazing. It's kick-ass. It's so cool. And it goes toe-to-toe. He goes toe-to-toe with Mechikabura in the I'm Immortal form. He literally just goes all out and distracts him long enough. And in the anime side of things, they team up with the demon gods. So Toa, Finn, Dabura, all of the others, Gravy, Poutine, all of them, they combine forces to attack Mechikabura. So that's how that plays out differently, if you get what I mean. In the anime side of things, we have a team up. In the manga side of things, it's just the Time Patrol with Demigra, Chamel, and Robelu teaming up to stop Mechikabura. It's cool in both aspects. Obviously, one's more fan servicey, one is more, I guess, canon. It's a weird one, right? It's a weird one. So they can pull from either. It'd be nice to see some of those really iconic manga panels shown in card form. But also, I really want to see Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Dabura charging together on a card. I think that would just be amazing. So that's something to look forward to. And I think the final thing we need to talk about in regards to what really does signal the end of the Unison Warrior series will be Mechikabura himself getting his final time power unleashed form, which is where he is, like as I mentioned, absorbed all of time and has become this god among gods. He is immortal at this point. Any hits he takes, he just heals, and he's like, come at me, bro. Do whatever you want. I'm just going to heal. And has to be sealed away. He isn't killed, right? That's the important thing. He doesn't die. And it does come back to bite them in their ass later on. But that's way in the future. Whoa, let's not talk about that. But yeah, so they actually cannot defeat Mechikabura. They have to seal him away. Sorry, I should say they can't kill him. They have to seal him away. And so that's a really cool thing. But alongside that, in the anime, Mechikabura has two loyal demon gods, I guess, is the way of putting it. He has Shroom and Salsa, who stand by his side, although Salsa kind of just F's off after this and does whatever he wants. And essentially they have a power-up form, and then they have their margin forms, which are very beastly and doggy looking. They look like doggos. I can't help but call them the doggo forms. And they also appear in Universe Mission 12, which is the final mission involving this whole arc. And so I think that's probably when we'll know that this is the end of the Unison Warriors series. Do I think it ends with Unison Warriors Series 6? Now that's a tough question. We have the whole heroes versus villains motif, so possibly. But the likelihood of it is I think they'll spin Unison Warrior series out until they're ready to combine it with the new movie which got announced, and then go forth with a new series with the movie and also the new. They take Prison Planet as the new series. So that's what we've got forward. That's what we've got to look forward to, guys. Sorry it's been me just rambling to the camera, more of a rant. Just trying to let you know how and where things will line up. Should have mentioned that as spoilers because I just ruined the entirety of the plot. But I do suggest you go and check out the manga because it does differ from those 1 minute videos. Like, you can't get a lot of context out of those. They're more just, this is cool, this is happening now. So yeah, please do go and check out the manga. Check it out. It's all been translated, which is nice. Like, I don't think it was official translations, so there is that grey area. But yeah, go and check it out. Read it for yourself. See what you think. Let me know in the comments below if you do check it out. Let me know. Like, I mean, come back in what, 2 sets time, where see if I was completely right or super off the mark. I think I know. I think I know this is how it's going to play out. But who knows, right? Who knows? Bandai can 100% just say, you know what? No, we're going this direction now, and that's it. And that's also really fine. I don't care. I love these characters. I just want to see Super Saiyan God Trunks more than anything. Give him Victor Strike or don't. I don't care. I just want him as a leader. I want to see him with Soul Calibur. I love everything about God Trunks and what it signifies for heroes. Also, where's Xenopan? Like, that's another thing. I guess the final thing I need to talk about is the anniversary box. We know it's got the theme of 4. Looking back, the past 2 leaders have been black. Black is obviously the colour of the Unison Warrior series. Black is the colour of the story that is unfolding, the Dark Empire saga. And so I think it's probably going to be either Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Xeno preferably, because that'd be cool, or of course Vegeta. But I think it's still a bit too early for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So we'll see. We'll have the announcements, I'm sure, in due time. And again, let me know if I was right or wrong. Let me know if this video aged well. Oh, and also this background, that's totally where the last battle happens. So, you know, maybe we'll get a field card about it. I've been Scott Sedman, the Guildmaster for London Players Guild. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to know more about Heroes lore, I can happily go into it. I've done a few videos in the past, like I mentioned, the Xeno Shadow Dragons, and also Mechikabura. I've done quite an in-depth look on both of those as best as I can. It's really hard when it's a Japanese game that's playable in arcades. It's difficult to get a lot of information. But I've been Scott Sedman, and I'll see you next time.